Hello Divine Ones, this is Minister Ashley and happy Sagittarius full moon. So this Sagittarius full moon takes place on June 4th at 11:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 144,000. I did a video on that when the nodes switched into Taurus and Scorpio. So this could be some type of wrapping up of that energy. Okay, so that happens at 13 degrees of Gemini, which is in the second decan of Gemini. And that decan is ruled by Mars and Venus, Libra triplicity. I'm looking at my notes, and if you're interested, there is a 8-page PDF download for Gemini season, including angels, crystals, herbs, new moon and full moon, tarot, etc., and journal prompts. This decan best fits the 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗪𝒧𝒪𝒃, and if you know about Mercury, you know that Mercury is known to be the 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗪𝒧𝒪𝒃. I also did a video breaking down the day of Pentecost, which is the exaltation of the Holy Spirit, which will be considered to be Mercury because it's the communication with the God realms. You can check that video out to gain like an overstanding of how the flow of energy, it builds in momentum throughout the year from East Star, but not to get too much into the symbology and going through that. You can go check those videos out if you're interested. So this denotes the dualistic nature of both Mars and Venus are conjoined with Mercury. This decan is governed by the 9 of Swords tarot card, and that is the Lord of mental cruelty. So what is really going on is not really necessarily that something cruel is happening. It's more so about worrying. Like someone could be worrying too much, or our minds could be overworked, overloaded, and that could lead to sleepless nights. But this sleepless nights could also come from maybe a new project, something that you're starting, maybe some type of new communication, and with that communication, it could be something dealing with the internet. You could commerce, it could be writing, it could be working on projects. So it could be something that is very positive. So those sleepless nights could just be someone that's overthinking and working through something, and it could have a positive outcome. Someone could be missing a lot of sleep or feeling restless because they're so focused and so concentrated on this project and they want to do a good job. So if that's the case, good for you. So let's move on here. So the opposite is where the moon is, and this full moon happens in Sagittarius, and that's at 13 degrees of Sagittarius, and that's in the second decan of Sagittarius, which is the tarot card that is associated with that is the 9 of Wands. And this card is ruled by the moon. So the moon is going to be there, and this card is ruled by the moon. So this is someone sticking to their guns. So regardless of how the project or whatever may be keeping someone up at night and having them worry or either focus on something intensely, that you just stick with it and you will be able to overcome. So the Sabian symbol that I have listed is actually the 14th degree of Gemini instead of the 13th degree. And I felt intuitively led to do that. And it is a great musician at his piano. It's like grace, resilience, and obsession, where like someone is so passionate about something and they're so driven and so focused that they could even tip the scales from being perfect to being obsessed and even crashing and burning or messing up what they have been focused on, what they have been working intently on. So this is prompting us to be focused, but also to be mindful and also to be balanced in our work effort, in our work lives. So it's easy to be a perfectionist. It's easy to go into that territory now. It can become easy to become obsessed. When you're passionate about something, it can easily take over your life. So during this time, taking a break, maybe taking a nap, stepping back, do something creative, and then come back to whatever you may be focused on. When you think about the archetype of Mars, it's very driven, it can be even forceful, and then you have Venus on the opposite. That'll be the divine feminine. Mars is the divine masculine. So with Venus, laid back, receptive. So we want to balance these two during this full moon activity. So I'm going to pull a card from my deck. You can find that listed in the link in the bio on our shop. All right, let's see here. I am joyful. So Sagittarius is joy, jolliness. I actually did a video on Jehovah. Jehovah is Jupiter. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So this is the jolly old giant. So maybe working with Jupiter, maybe seeing where Jupiter is currently during this lunation. But overall, this is us being joyful, that regardless if we may be focused on something or even worried, that if we just take a step back and take a play date or a play moment or a break, that we will be refreshed. So I'm going to pull another card, and this will be the full reading for the members. So let's see what energy is coming through. And if you want to join the members, you can do so. That helps to keep the ministry up and going, and you get extra perks. So we have here, really, the Nine of Swords, but we're going to get into a lot of the mystic energy surrounding the Nine of Swords and additional messages. So if you want to learn more and you want to join, you can do so. All right, members, I'll catch you there.